Welcome
to whatever this is gonna be.
It is called Seduce Me, and it looks like a very terrible dating sim.
Because it was free on Steam. So
But it got good reviews, so we're gonna try it out.
Also, we had to stretch the truth and say that we were over 18, because apparently it's supposed to be kind of sexual. So we're a little bit excited.
All I know about this is that it is called Seduce Me because she is a succubus or an incubi or something like that, which is like a mythological creature that I'm sure we'll figure out.
Yeah, we know nothing really. Like, okay, number one, how the heck do we get back to it? I think the back button's in here. Okay. So this is new game.
This is a big intro to any character resembles to real life.
Well, okay.
No, you press
How do I?
the
Okay.
space button.
PG-16. That's new.
Sexual violent themes are explored in this game. Trigger warnings, abuse, implied rape, and suicide. You have been warned. You also have been warned.
You have been warned. There's your warning. So, please enjoy.
Why, hello. My, aren't you a gorgeous sight?
I thought we were gonna have
Can
to
I
make
be
up a
honored enough to know your name?
Well,
Should we make up a stupid name? Make it Pizza Face.
we're really excited about our pizza. I'm gonna put a hyphen in it.
Awesome. Okay.
Pizza face.
Go
Can
on,
we add
your
like a heart? No. Oh, I was so excited. Alright. This is gonna be great.
A lovely name. For a lovely person like you. Wonderful.
Ooh, this guy's voice is really intense.
Alright.
Eric, do your job.
Who's Eric?
Very well. This game was produced by Seraphim Entertainment under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by Renpai.
Eric.
I skipped it! Eric!
Fine. Farewell, my sweet.
I like Eric. He
Oh.
seems cool.
Eric seems like fun.
Somewhere.
Somewhere? Okay.
Oh my god, someone just got shot! Oh my god, he's getting
Come on. Is that all you got?
No!
Try me, asshole.
Don't shoot people.
Crap. Missed. Let's retreat for now.
No kidding. Let's get out of here.
That's right. You better run, you stupid punks. Stay out of our territory.
Oh.
Call it fate or call it
Coincidence.
That one moment of violence started to change.
Oh.
This formula, created in the 70s, is one of the most important in the field of financial theory. It is used to calculate the price of European-style options and is widely used by option marketers, though there are some discrepancies that are now corrected with the modern viewpoint.
You're so cute.
Make
Pizza Face is so adorable.
How cute.
It's been a long time since we've gotten rain around here. But it's the season. But it is the season for rainy weather, so it's not exactly that fast.
So if it starts raining in the middle, it's also rainy season, so I said also twice. For this reason, I felt lucky for having a seat next to the window. Though I did spend more time staring outside than I did paying attention.
The lectures in class were pretty boring. Mrs. Phillips, the sports voice, wasn't so
Soporific? Sopper. Yeah.
I'm sorry for
Hit us up.
but I just wasn't interested in what she was saying.
And since it was the period right before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things in my free time.
Honestly, I didn't care much for economics. Sure, I had good grades in this class, but it was only because I read the textbook and did my assignments as I had to. How is she holding her pen like that for a second? Can we discuss that?
What on earth? She's like, who does that?
It's really scary.
Can you write your name? Yeah, sure. Okay. Here. Like, no.
Okay.
I
I was taking this. Oh, it's
okay. I was only taking this class because it was mandatory. If it were up to me, I would probably have taken another course.
Luckily, it was my senior year, so after the semester, it was mainly annual high school courses forever. Thank God.
I didn't hate high school. It was just kind of mundane how the days drifted on and on as there were no end to it. I can't speak today.
I know.
I've done enough speaking.
I can't. The only thing I really enjoyed about going to school was meeting my friends and hanging out. That was kind of it.
This girl is everyone. Oh no, I just skipped something by accident. Well, it seemed like the start of something new. Something that would change. 'Cause it's something new. Okay.
That is, if things could change. I stared at the faint outline of raindrops in the distance, but now I was still in his class.
Miss Anderson.
She's ugly. Pizza face Anderson.
Miss Phillips' raised voice interrupted my train of thought.
Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head to face the teacher. Hopefully she didn't pick me just because she noticed that I was spacing out.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Would you care to name the equation I set up on the blackboard?
Her boobs are very
Oh.
lopsided.
That's so awkward. It is though.
One's like huge and the other one's
That's
tiny.
really weird.
Okay.
What an optical illusion.
Okay. I think I read about that in the textbook last night. It should be.
The Black Skulls model formula. I don't
Very
know.
good as always, Miss Anderson.
Thanks.
Oh,
Pizza face Anderson.
Anderson. It followed me wherever I went. Most people didn't really know me by my first name, but rather by my surname. Her name is Anderson Pizza Face. Oh. No doubt, since the surname was the trademark of the internationally famous and philanthropic Anderson Family Toys, and because the founder was my own grandfather.
So she's famous because her granddad owned a toy shop.
Alright, fair enough. Suzu, one of my best friends, turned around and proudly gave me a punch to the shoulder. I thought I was going to say a punch to the face. I was like, oh.
Kick ass, girl.
Kick ass, girl. You go,
Suzu.
Suzu.
From behind me, I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Suzu's choice of words. So
Naomi's
Naomi's-
goody two shoes.
She means good job.
Oh my god, wait, move our camera. You can't see cuteness.
Miss Kipini.
Oi!
I thought I could move. Apparently, you can also use the
We can't move
mouse.
it
No,
anymore.
because if you click it, it moves the game along.
Okay, we'll move it next time so you can see her face.
Care to tell me who the creators of this formula were?
Some guys named Black and Shoals.
Very good,
Oh,
Miss
sorry.
Patterson.
My fingers fast. I'm gonna put this back
You
down.
were the worst at playing these games.
Show off. Better study next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while.
Yeah, Suzu. Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched into her chair as Naomi gave her a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up.
Naomi's annoying.
That's the end of today's lecture. Now, let's separate into groups and work on your projects. Remember, everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now.
Go ahead now. Oh, there's your face.
Before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desks to align with mine, and we turned into the Three Musketeers. Didn't you hate each other like 3 seconds ago?
Whenever the teacher let the students decide on groups, we always group together in our little trio. Why is she still like standing there?
I don't know the rest.
She's like super short. Naomi's hot AF.
I know. I want to be Naomi. Okay. Anyway, it was a sheer stroke of luck that we all managed to be in the same class, so we had to at least take the opportunity and stick together as much as we could.
Besides, we were most comfortable around each other than, say, compared to being around any other classmates.
It's like explaining life. Like, it just made sense for us to put our heads together for any kind of project.
I took out the poster we were working on and rolled it over onto the 3 desks.
We were pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches here and there.
After working on making the poster pretty, we sat back down and inspected our work to see what we still had to do.
Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues, and she lightly tapped a pencil against her chin, staring intently at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor. What else do we need?
Susan straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened as she spoke up.
How about a company name?
Huh? Did we really skip over that?
Of course we did.
Dumb bitch.
You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff that you completely skip over the fact. We need a name for our project.
That's so bitchy sounding.
At least we caught it this time. What do we name it?
Pizza face.
Not sure. What do you think?
I thought so too. I was waiting. I was like, It always came down to me. Whenever there was something to be named or titled, I was the master and ending decision, even when I didn't want.
I like Trinity Corporations.
That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon
How is
Company?
the Dragon Company
Suzu,
not
get your
predictable?
shit
What do dragons have to do with our project?
Yeah, Susan.
Yeah.
What? It's a totally unpredictable name.
What?
It's hot.
It's hot. Like dragons.
But our company sells bubble gum.
Who said we can't produce spicy bubblegum?
You didn't say
What do you think?
We get to
Pizza face.
choose.
Yeah. What do you think?
Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't want to be the one to choose sides, but if it were up to me, I would say,
I like Dragon Company, to be honest.
I like Dragon Company. It sounds stupid.
Booyah! Dragon Company it is!
Booyah!
Alright, now that we've decided on a name, now
She's
what?
not even like salty.
No.
She doesn't care. As we ended our name game, a giggle scrambled my thoughts. Lisette. Who names their kid Lisette?
Huh? Who was that?
Ignore it. It's just Lisette.
Lisette. Lisette.
Lisette.
It's just Lisette. Don't worry. I looked over my shoulder to see her laughing with her circle of friends, mostly comprised of popular people that were practically friends with everyone in the school.
And as a result, everyone in the school knew them. In the center of it all was Lisette.
Lisette what? Oh, Lisette. She sat with a posture that indicated she was still working, but that she was also ready to casually chat about her day. I didn't know that was posture. I had no idea. She had an endearing balance of charismatic and awkward, which was readily apparent when she first talked to someone.
That's not near.
That's not how it works. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, as she was quite the comedian as well. Basically, she was perfect. Not that she was like a robot or something, but she was the student that everyone else wanted to be. Lisette was bright, easygoing, and above all, had her future laid out right in front of her. Oh my god, it was never ends.
Unlike the average student, she knew what she wanted to do after high school, and as a result, she was confident and ambitious, though sometimes it could rub a lot of people the wrong way, including Suzu.
Suzu is not excited about it. Moreover, I had known her ever since I was young, but it had ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued today.
Not a rivalry.
Oh no! Draw that.
Of course, my friends knew what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, they shifted their attention to her.
She doesn't even look like she's working, in my opinion.
Yeah.
She probably is, but she's too much of a stuck-up priss to allow herself to look like she's actually doing work.
What?
Oh, come on, Suzu. She may be a little off-putting, but she's not the giant priss that you're making her seem to be.
The day she isn't a priss is the day I turn into you.
Oh.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Never mind. It's about time. Let's bail.
Let's bail.
Start saying that from now.
Let's bail. Let's bail. I gotta go.
Okay, go.
Unsurprisingly, Suzu was the first out of the classroom, slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease as she quickly strolled out the door.
Her seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that.
Me neither.
Their problems are
defying
It
everything
is. Oh, do we agree? We just agreed. Yes. She gave me a smile as if relieved by the fact that I felt the same way as she did. I thought they were like the trio.
Her name.
Yeah.
We
true.
would be nice.
See, thought she'd just be normal like the two of us.
Pizza face. It's very normal. It's Suzu, Naomi. Think about
Very true.
Man, you guys are slow. Are you coming or what?
We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings.
True.
Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring. Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a bit.
Ridiculous!
Oh, so she's Miss Valedictorian? Oh.
I don't think she's actually valedictorian.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
She's
like...
making fun of
Oh, well, here. I do have to admit I was spacing out, and just because I answered one question doesn't mean I'm automatically the valedictorian. Yes, and her friend.
Okay, so it wasn't too
Alright.
interesting.
Oh,
But
you
you
answered
should
my
at
question,
least pay
right?
attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts.
So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson.
Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom. And never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye.
I thought they were like the trio.
I'm confused.
I'm really lost.
Okay, yeah, first of all, they don't seem like friends. Second of all, what is it with, like, their names? Like,
I don't
they have
know.
Japanese first names, but then, like, American last names.
I don't understand.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Despite this, they both burst out in laughter. Normally, anyone would think that opposites like them wouldn't ever associate with each other, but even though they were so different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. I don't know what sense this is making to anyone, but alright.
Maybe he would give perfect compliments, but personality just didn't dictate the possibility of their friendship. After all, we have been best friends since preschool.
Alright, so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum.
Who would even buy that? I wonder.
Me? I would pay good money to get a taste of it.
You do like spicy food after all. Friendship. I know, I want a voice actress. Highly upset. We entered the cafeteria, a bustling room filled with the aromas of different kinds of food. As we got in line, we ordered our meals and chatted freely.
Cajun fries and the spicy chicken burger for me. That's my definition of a good meal.
I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably going to need water or something to curb all that spicy flavor,
We're both
Suzu.
wearing a white bow, too.
Yo,
Naomi and I are
Awesome.
one.
we are one.
I can't be tamed by the likes of that. If it's spicy, then it's gotta be all or nothing.
Why does she close her eyes when she talks?
You're crazy!
You're crazy!
Oh yeah, I'm crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm crazy. I eat spicy foods. Come at me, I'm crazy.
I think
Watch
I'm
out.
getting a migraine.
I think I'll go with. Oh. Just get mac and cheese and a soda. Yeah. Once we got our food, we settled down at one of the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside to finally dig into the food. I feel like we're gonna see boys in here. I feel like it's gonna happen. Unless we're supposed to date one of them, I don't know. Susie
No.
leaned back
Did
in
you
her
see all the
chair.
guys in the beginning? It's definitely...
Oh, true. I really don't know anything about this. Suzu leaned back in her chair, tilting it back so she could rest her feet on the table by her food.
Alright then, is there anything we want to talk
Which
about?
school do you go to?
Bored already?
I know, let's talk about...
Say boys, and I'll never speak to you ever.
Aw, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
It's a good
What's so
topic.
interesting about talking about guys? It's not like any of us are gonna get boyfriends anytime
Speak
soon.
for
Rude.
yourself, Suzu.
Rude, I can do what I want. Pizza face is on a roll.
Pizza face is cuter.
Pizza face gets,
Actually, Naomi
Oh.
looks like she's
Okay.
about to, like,
Naomi, like,
everything.
gets everyone. But maybe pizza face is just better. But, like, secretly,
Suzu's just annoying.
Suzu, like,
Nobody
no.
likes Suzu.
Nobody likes Suzu.
We don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend?
See, Naomi has
Like that's going to happen, Naomi. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy blonde.
Shut the f-
Hey!
Yeah.
No offense.
She's not
And Anderson here. Well, I guess she could land a boyfriend or girlfriend if she wants.
Oh, do we get to
You
choose?
know it.
Or girlfriend?
Oh, true.
She can be a lesbian if she wants.
That's what I was saying. I was like, well, I'll take whatever
True.
the game gives me.
Naomi's like, true.
True!
I guess she could be a lesbian.
Oh, true! Like, I'm not sure I want a boyfriend yet.
Why not? It's our senior year. Might as well be a
Yes.
boyfriend.
You're a senior. I'm sorry if I'm rushing any of you, but
Maybe
like,
she's just not interested in a relationship, Suzu.
True.
true, I feel you. Well, it wasn't really about wanting a relationship, but more of there was no one interesting enough to be in a relationship when.
I have a feeling we're about to meet someone.
Oh yes. Don't get me wrong, I'm an open person, but there were not many interesting guys in this school to go out with. Who knows? Time will tell. Apparently it will. Naomi looked at me wanting to continue the conversation. However, before she could speak, the speakers in the cafeteria started up and an announcement echoed through the cafeteria. It's gonna be like, there's a new boy. And I'm gonna be like, oh no!
Anderson,
Prom
please
queen.
come to the main office immediately.
Oh.
Please bring your things with you.
Prom queen! Oh.
Oh my.
Oh.
Looks like our plans have been cut short. The men in white coats have finally come to get you.
It's not funny. What if they
Not
actually do,
funny.
Suzu?
Ooh! Suzu throwing you
Suzu,
for a
don't
loop.
joke around. What if it's
You and
serious?
Naomi are actually the same person.
That's fine. If something
Every time you
happens,
say
I'm
something,
not that
she
sweet.
says it. I'm just not
I'm
a
not that
nice
nice.
person. Like, funny enough,
something
did happen. And it was certainly no laughing matter.
It is now.
Oh, remember they were in a war?
True.
Cold. I totally forgot. It was really cold. The rain became heavier that afternoon, accompanied by rolling thunder now and then. The skies had turned dark, though I couldn't see any of it under the black umbrella. Not that I was looking up. In fact, looking up was the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. I stared at the grass beneath my feet, unable to look up at the people weeping around me, and the phone rings. Only the monotone eulogies that floated— I can't speak words today. Only the monotone eulogies that floated through my ears reminded me that I was at a funeral. I don't understand
Oh,
what's
I bet you her mom died.
Oh,
It's
always
usually the
your-
mom.
Yeah. It was only when the speeches ended that I was finally able to raise my hand.
Oh no, it was her dad.
Harold. Or maybe her grandpa.
Oh yeah.
Small gathering of people, mostly made of relatives that I didn't even know were related to me, were huddled around a small, simple grave, whatever. For a while, all I heard was the sound of raindrops on umbrellas. If it weren't raining, everyone would probably be in heavy spirits. I looked beside me where my father was standing and holding up a large black umbrella for our small family of 3. His face was emotionless. A strange sight. Oh my god.
Sight.
A strange sight next to my weeping mother. I wondered what was going through his mind. After all, etched into the smooth gray tombstone. Oh my god. I wanted to say gravestone, but I realized
After
that
all,
wasn't the word.
etched into the smooth gray tombstone before us was his father's name.
Yeah, I figured.
My grandfather, the one who raised me like his own daughter, had passed away that day. The ceremony was small, only close family were allowed to come.
This is not helping me. Every time that I get called the office, I'm scared somebody died.
Slowly through. Oh,
See? We can't read today.
slowly though, people began to leave, leaving my father, mother, and me behind. A man dressed in a pink black suit under the uniform, the black umbrella of the funeral attendees walked towards us, introduced himself as grandfather's lawyer. He pulled out a few documents from his suitcase and began to read aloud his comments.
And now, I shall read Harold Anderson's last will and testament.
Only my parents and I were allowed to be present for my grandfather's will. It was under the strict request of his lawyer, and there was a reason why.
And to my dearest granddaughter, I give my estate. All the furniture and decor that resides within the house shall also be given to my granddaughter.
Good deal.
What?
What? What? In the middle of that.
Sweet.
I couldn't believe my ears. I had earned the family estate at 18. That was impossible, and yet it was written by my own grandfather's hand.
He passed the family estate to her? Why am I not surprised?
I'm your father.
Dear.
Why do
my mom's so cute.
Well, did he say anything about what will become of the CEO and chairman position of the Anderson Toys Company?
This guy just wants his dad's stuff.
No. It is presumed that the vice chairman will succeed the position.
Even to the bitter end, he wouldn't give in.
Shaking his head, my father turned to face my mother with a serious expression.
About the estate. Should we send her there to get used to the building? It'll be a good place for her to live after high school.
Are you sure we should?
Why not? This would be a good experience for her.
Honey, what do you think?
Notice that we're 18 in a house by ourselves.
Very important.
That's consensual. She's legal.
This is going really well. And it's it sounds like it's gonna be a massive house too. I'm excited. I really wasn't sure what to say. Why did my grandfather think that I was the appropriate heir to the mansion? Was I even ready to live on my own?
Well, that seems to be it. We'll be taking our leave now. I'm sure the little heiress needs some time to adjust.
Why is my dad a
Why
bitch?
is he such a bitch? He's like, my daughter doesn't deserve anything.
David!
Thank you.
Yeah.
Even though she raised her voice, my dad wordlessly began walking back to the car. Disinterested. He is awful.
Don't mind him, honey. I think that your grandfather's passing really affected him. Why don't we get back home for now?
To my estate. You can go on ahead to the car, Mom. I think I just need some time with my grandfather.
Oh, of course. Take all the time you need.
She gave me a quick hug and hurried after my dad. I looked around the funeral grounds, which was completely empty, save for the sullen-looking grave that was laid in front of me. I'm sure if Grandpa were in charge of arranging all this, it would have been much different. It's blatantly obvious that my dad was in charge of the whole event. Who else would bury their own family the same day that they pass away? Oh, I was like, how much time has passed? No, okay. Everyone knew my grandfather's love for toys, and yet the grave was a mere stone slab on the ground, void of any children's toys. My dad didn't even bother putting flowers. They seem to have an issue. His disdain for my grandfather was almost pitiful. Sorry, Grandpa. I tried to force out some words, but the only thing that came out was a choke sob. So sad. You told me to stay strong, but right now I'm far from it like that one time, a long time ago. So we're gonna have a flashback. Flashback. Grandpa!
Oh, it's so good to see you again, sweetie.
He seems nice.
I swept into a giant bear hug and both laughed as he swallowed me around like an airplane. It was one of my favorite things about seeing my grandfather, the way he greeted me.
Do you have pizza? Yeah! Back to our present flashback.
It was one of my favorite things about seeing my grandfather, the way he greeted me. Unlike my father, my grandfather was loving and playful, even as I grew. This feels like I'm like so intense.
Serious.
Sorry that Daddy couldn't be here again today. He said that he wasn't feeling too good again. It had always been like that. Dad missed every visit to Grandpa's house, citing that he was busy with work or he wasn't feeling well.
Is that so? Well, that's okay. Daddy can come around next time. And you're here, right?
Yeah. So what are we gonna do today, Grandpa? Mommy said that there's a new dessert cafe open in town. Maybe we could go?
Oh, I would love to. But I've been so busy with the company these days. We're actually working on a little something. Would you like to see?
Do me, my dear.
Yes. Ooh, is it a toy?
It is. I was designing a new line of them. But I feel like something's missing. You don't think you could help me out, could you?
It's getting more dramatic. Of course!
He placed the toy in my hands with a smile, and I inspected it carefully. It was beautifully crafted. Obviously, a lot of work was put into it. There was one thing, though.
So, what do you think?
I think the heart on its chest should light up when you hug it. It'll be like it's alive. And it can be like a little nightlight before you sleep. He stroked his chin, considering my input while nodding his head. After a few moments of silent deliberation, he turned to me with a chuckle.
That's a great idea. I'll get to changing it right away. You're always like my little lucky charm, dear. You always know what to add to make the perfect toy.
Maybe because she's a child. Ah! I hope I can be like you one day, Grandpa.
You want to make toys as well?
Well, making people happy is the best feeling in the world. I don't know if I want to make toys when I grow up, though. Because your toys are
Don't worry
stupid.
too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Yeah! So we had a full meal at that time. So... that was kind of too good. We also have croutons, so if there's crunching, I'm sorry, they're just so good. Okay. Alrighty, so we're in this flashback. Alright, we're good. Okay. Oh. Well then. That makes sense. Daddy doesn't want it and doesn't think of it in the same way
Your
that
father. I'm sure he just wants the best for you.
I'm not so sure about that. Ooh. Sounds like you have some parental
Sweetie,
issues.
look at me.
He bent down to look at me eye level with a serious look on his face.
As much as your father may say something that doesn't make sense now, you must remember that he's always thinking about you. He loves you. There's no doubt about that. And you need to love him just as equally.
Oh, you're such a little bitch.
I don't hate Daddy. I really do love him. I don't know why he's like this, though.
Your father and I have had some difficulties with each other in the past. But it's nothing that you should be concerned about.
Really? I had heard tidbits of this from my mother and various other people. The only people who had stayed quiet were my father and my grandfather. Both of them refrained from saying a word on the subject matter, but it was clear that whatever happened set up a wall between them. It is
And
hard.
then it was like that he didn't want to be CEO or some shit.
Yeah, he didn't want to like join his toy company. And then they're like, oh.
However, no matter what, you have to stay strong. You're a big girl already, and, well, there'll come a day when it seems like it's you against the world. But always remember that your family and friends will be here with you. Daddy, Mommy, your friends at school, me. We'll stand together to get through it.
How can you be so sure of that?
Because we'll be right here and here.
He pointed to his heart.
To my head first, then he pointed at my chest.
So stay strong. Promise?
For a moment, he looked almost sad and pleading. But as quickly as it had come, the expression disappeared from his face while he was all smiles once again.
Upon hearing that, Grandpa let out a great burst of laughter and stood up.
Alright then. Enough of that. How about I whip up some special homemade dessert? I know I can't accompany you at that new cafe, but we sure can talk and eat while I cook and do some paperwork.
Homemade dessert! I'll race you to the kitchen.
Hey, slow down there. I'm not what I used to be.
He has the
Grandpa,
youngest
shut up.
voice. They had chose like the 17-year-old voice actor for the grandpa. I'll bet you his voice comes back. I will bet you like $5. This is a free
Except
game.
without the like sound.
We paid this kid we found.
You willed me the very home I love to see you in. Why? Why would you think I would be willing to take it? Especially after this.
Croutons.
A surge of anger bubbled within me, but I quickly swallowed it. There was no use getting mad, especially when the person in question was no longer there.
I'm sorry, it's hard to stay calm when you've left me with so many questions, especially about what happened between you and Dad. Ha! What am I doing? Talking to a grave. My vision blurred, and I suddenly realized that I was crying. My face heated up as tears rolled down my cheeks.
I'll bring you some flowers later. I miss you.
I'll try my best to fulfill my promise I gave to you, even if the world might be turned against me. I left the grave wiping my tears hastily so my parents wouldn't see.
Well, it's time to head back home. I'll cook up your favorite lasagna when we get home, okay?
Yes, lasagna.
Lasagna! Thanks, Mom. However, my dad didn't speak the entire drive home. I wanted to talk to him, but after his moment at the funeral, I wasn't sure if that was a good idea.
It's about time we took off those dreary black clothes.
That's none of my business.
Okay, we just never change. Gathering my courage, I decided then that it was time to talk. Dad, could I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh my god, I just realized it's the grandpa. It's the dad. They're the same voice actor.
I'm sure they are.
I thought I made that rather clear. The college near your grandfather's house is well known for its business program.
Yeah, I need to come
You
back.
are planning to major in business, yes?
No. I hate economics.
Right after you graduate from high school, you'll just live there and can easily commute to and from school. It's a perfect fit for you.
But it's so sudden. You just decided so quickly right after the funeral.
Don't be so sensitive. If you're like that in the real world, you'll be crushed.
You're crushed.
You're crushed!
This is why I just...
Okay.
No.
I'm just saying that maybe we could talk a bit more about my future.
In reply, my father rubbed his temples and sighed quietly.
After you graduate from college, you'll work at Anderson Family Toys. I have connections since I am part of the board of directors, so you will be guaranteed a spot. That is what we talked about before, yes?
But I hate you, so...
But you're
what if... So I hate you. I'm gonna go run away with my boyfriend.
Stop mumbling!
Stop mumbling!
Dad.
But what if I don't want to work there?
Don't be silly. It's the family company. Our company. I'm not just going to hand it over to some incompetent vice chairman.
Oh.
Da, 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 da.
He came closer to me and his face softened.
Look, this is all for the best, okay? You may not know it right now, but you will appreciate it later.
No, I won't. For some reason, when I heard him say that, something snapped in me. I wasn't exactly sure what it was, but it made me feel so angry.
Uh-oh.
Do you even care that grandfather passed away?
Of course I do.
Well...
Angrily hits keyboard.
Well, everything seems fine and dandy to you. Things couldn't be better.
Excuse me? I don't like your tone, young lady.
Whizzing an eyebrow.
It's not like... It's like nothing even happened at all. Like you just ignore the fact that he's no longer here.
Do not raise your voice at me.
What did he ever do to you to deserve this? My father, his face hardened, crossed his arms, and erupted in angry laughter.
Angry laughter? I was gonna ask what angry laughter was, but I think we got it.
You sure place him upon a pedestal.
Was that angry
like
laughter?
he's some kind of venerated god or something. It makes me sick.
Is that it? Are you happy seeing grandfather dead while everyone was grieving? You were just holding yourself back from laughing in everyone's faces? Did you feel just a bit happier seeing him lie in the graveyard?
Oh!
You don't know anything!
Okay.
Running your mouth like somehow you know everything that went on, when you're just a little girl that doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut!
You have some issues.
You did not know my father! You did not know what he was capable of!
I don't know what you're capable
Is
of.
everything all right? What happened?
Husband just slapped me across the face.
Hey, is everything okay? Like, she just... Hey, is there... That's what she did. She was just like, you good?
She
like,
slid in, too.
She
Just like,
slid in. She legit, like, hey, you heard me? Okay. That's what happens.
nothing. I'm not hungry. I think I'll just go upstairs.
She didn't even say anything.
Honey, wait!
I quickly turned and ran up the stairs to my room, slamming the door behind me. My breath came in short pants, and for a while I just leaned against the door to my bedroom, eventually sliding down to sit against it.
How did things become like this? My cheeks still throbbed.
And I tentatively stood up and looked in the mirror to see how it looked. Hopefully it doesn't bruise. Ha! What am I saying?
What are you saying? Tears formed at the corners of my eyes, but I blinked them back rapidly. I couldn't cry for the second time today. I had to be stronger than that. Here's your face.
Oh, you're right. Your father told me nothing happened, but you know your father.
See? He's just a lying bitch. I'm fine. I just lost my appetite. After my dad slapped me.
The lasagna's done, though. And I don't want you skipping any meals. Are you sure?
I know. Yeah, don't worry about me, Mom. I'll come downstairs later to eat.
You're not telling me the whole story.
I just don't want to eat right now.
Dear. Tell me what's going on. I wish you would tell me why you're being like this.
I wanted to tell her. A part of me was screaming to tell her what Dad had done. But at the same time, I knew she couldn't fix anything. Besides, I was moving out regardless.
True.
I remained silent, letting the event remain in the past.
Well,
Of like 3 minutes ago.
I'll leave your food on the table if you want to eat it later.
Dramatic stares. Finally, my mom left me alone. It was strange to think that she was only a few inches away from me, only separated by a single door. I really didn't know what to do. I needed to do something, anything, to get my mind off of what just happened. Anything would be better than thinking any more about the pain still radiating from my cheek. This is so dramatic.
I was going to move in my grandfather's house tomorrow. I should probably pack up my stuff so I'd be prepared for tomorrow.
School hasn't ended yet.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
I should start packing. I opened the closet, rummaging around for a while before I found 2 large bags, pulling them out onto the floor of my room. Then I began to empty my drawers and cabinets so I could bring all of my things with me. I didn't have much to bring other than just clothes and some toiletries. It was kind of bizarre that I didn't have many personal belongings. It wasn't like my luggage was completely devoid of them. But I certainly didn't have many things in my room that I would miss if I suddenly left the house. Like I'm going to do. I shook my head to rid myself of those thoughts. If it were going to be my new home, it would have to feel like it one way or another. I was going to make it a home. I was
Sounds like an anime song, but it's in English.
My cell phone began vibrating in my pocket. Oh, it ended up.
Oh, damn! I was jamming!
Oh.
Go for it.
I slid my phone out of my pocket and answered it while slowly easing myself onto my bed. Who could possibly be calling?
Anderson, you there?
So
Is everything alright? We were worried about you, so we decided to call.
You're on a group call.
Hello?
No,
I'm really glad you guys called.
my voice managed to come out, though it was only a whisper.
Oh, sorry.
What happened? Are you okay?
Well,
I slowly began to tell him about the funeral that afternoon. A small silence followed when I was done recounting what happened, and to my relief, Naomi finally spoke up.
I can't begin to imagine how you must be feeling right now. I'm so sorry. Do you want us to come over right now?
That's a bad idea.
no, it's okay. My dad isn't in a good mood. So could we just keep talking on the phone like this?
Of course! We'd stay on the phone until the crack of dawn. Right, Suzu?
No.
Yeah.
Asleep. Oh.
We're always here,
Susan
Susan.
just fell asleep.
After all, we wouldn't be the awesome triple threat trio without you, right?
You guys.
Cute.
Nice.
Yeah.
Triple threat trio? That sounds like the name of a gang.
Because we are one.
Yeah. I mean, we're all taking on the world together. We've got to sound somewhat scary, or else no one's going to take us seriously. What's with you and naming things? You've got to step up your game, Naomi. Falling behind the cool kids like Anderson and me. Tisk, tisk. Hey! I'm a cool kid. If anything, I'd say you'd have to step up your game.
That's
She's just like,
ridiculous.
oh, it's just them.
Well.
So cute. They're arguing again.
No, she's like, oh, my friends. Oh, yes, they're a joy. We chatted cheerfully about all sorts of things. Very soon I had forgotten about the events that day and was engaged in a conversation about Naomi's favorite TV show, some program called Herlock. Ha! We all agreed that the actor playing the titular
character certainly had a very distinctive look about it. That long overcoat and scarf wrapped around his neck? Damn, do you just want to copy Sherlock?
Just a little bit. Like, just make it a little more exact. It's fine.
We had many disagreements about who we thought was the coolest character. Yeah, he has really high cheekbones, and his eyes are pretty. Though I have to say I prefer Jackson.
I can't! Why? This is why it's free!
Character. No, and as a bonus, his actor is just so sassy.
They couldn't sell it because it was copyright.
I know.
That's why it's free. What the? I looked at the clock hanging on the wall and realized how late it was. Whoa, it's already 1 a.m. Sorry for keeping you guys up so late. I think I'm gonna hit the hay for tonight. See you guys at school tomorrow. I should probably shower and go to bed. I can't believe I stayed up this late to talk to my friends. That doesn't happen at all. But it was really nice.
Bathroom I go.
I took a relaxing shower. Nothing beat hot water and the feeling of being clean. After drying myself, I promptly dressed in my pajamas and crawled into bed. A nice shower after a long day. I'm so glad to finally be in bed. It had been a really long day. I knew I was wishing for something to change back in class, but I certainly wasn't expecting any of the things that happened today. And I have to go back to school tomorrow. Ugh! I curled up on my side and tightly wrapped the blankets around me. I really wasn't in the mood to be returning to school, but my dad would probably make me go just for the sake of it. It's time to go to sleep.
Wait till your dad goes to work, then you get up.
Nice. I reached out to the lamp on my nightstand to turn off the lights. However, my mind was so lost in the passing of my grandfather and the thought of inheriting something so big that it haunted my mind the entire night until the next morning.
I don't know why she's so stressed about this.
I don't know. Alright.
House to myself.
I shook my head to try to clear the sleepiness out of me to no avail. I really did get any sleep last night. It's already time to wake up. Wait, school. As soon as I realized I had to go to school, I slid out of bed and looked at the vanity mirror. That's a relief. Oh, there was barely, I was like, what's a relief? Your face? Like, what? Luckily, there was barely a bruise on my cheek. You had to squint to actually see it. I doubted anyone would actually notice unless they leaned in really close. Breathing out a sigh, I got dressed, took my backpack, caught the bus to go to school. It wasn't even hours before everyone heard the news. I was approached at school and given condolences for my loss. However, that wasn't what shocked my friends.
Wait, so you have the whole Anderson house to yourself?
Suzu
Lucky as
knows.
hell, man!
Suzu knows.
Quit being so sensitive, Naomi.
What are you talking about? She's being nice. You don't talk about that stuff when her grandfather just freaking died. Like
yeah,
that.
like, no. Alright.
Quit being so vulgar, Suzu.
Yeah. Suzu's right. Naomi's right, Suzu. I would go with Naomi
Naomi just, yeah.
Oh, man, come on! See? She knows about proper public taste. I know how to be a lady. Sheesh.
Bullshit.
No! Clearly you're wrong. So, like, guys, I'm going there after school today because my parents want me to get used to living there.
Seriously? It hasn't even been a day since you came back to school.
I know, but my parents want me to try living there as soon as possible.
Still, that's really fast. Are you going to be okay?
Of course. Haha. But even in the comfort of my best friends, life seemed to be testing me. Oh. Oh. Oof,
Hey,
I mean.
Don't go around shoving people like that.
Ooh, interest boy.
Whoops.
Damn it.
Did I strike a
It's
nerve?
Lisa! She let out a small laugh as she twirled her hair around her finger.
Pretty. Oh my god, Naomi is so much prettier than
I
her.
know. Lisette is just
She needs to stop showing her midriff. You're not Hannah
Midriff.
Montana.
Midge. You're not.
She looks like Hannah Montana.
She does
though.
look like Hannah
Oh my
Montana.
god, we're gonna call her Hannah Montana now.
Lisette. Oh, Hannah Montana.
It's not me you should be apologizing to. Oh, Anderson. Hey, how's it going?
Shut the fuck up. You know exactly how it's going.
I'm alright.
Haven't you already heard, Lizette? Of what? Her grandfather's well, I'm sorry about that. I don't really watch a lot of news. It doesn't really sound like you mean it. I do mean it. Earnestly. Why wouldn't I?
You're a bitch.
Typical Capini. Isn't her family involved with the mafia or something? I wouldn't be surprised if she brought out a bat from behind her back right this moment.
Suzu.
I think so. Or, yeah. I nearly forgotten the crowd that followed Lisette, which was mostly comprised of people. No one had the slightest idea why exactly they followed Lisette around persistently, but they labeled themselves as social equals with her. But
That is out of line. Suzu comes from an honest family.
Says the one whose family profits from political scandals.
ooh, low
You wanna
blow.
take a chill pill for a
Her
second?
name is Snobby Girl.
Snobby girl, get out of the way.
Snobby Girl, bitch,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, your dad doesn't make anything unless he's in the court with dirty politicians.
Yeah, no,
That was rude,
you
girl, by the way.
scratch her eyes out.
That's what it sounded like.
Hey, let's all calm down for a second, alright? I'm sure Anderson needs some time to recuperate.
Like,
I mean, what just happened? We need to give her some respect.
Wow, okay, that was the only
Pizza
piece
face is like,
settled it.
just stop. Stop acting like that already. Like you feel sorry for me.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure you're happy seeing me like this. You already have everything you've wanted, and now seeing me like this, life couldn't get any better. Bitterness seeped into me, and words started flying out of my mouth without filter. But honestly, I didn't care. I was so consumed by anger that I only saw Lisette in front of me. What exactly am I to you? Just another part of your obstacle course? Is that what I am? I'm sick of it, Lisette.
Ooh, she's.
I'm sick
she's
of all these
surprised.
charades. I'm sick of you.
Gasp rose from the crowd around her. And what are her eyes right now?
Her eyes like got smaller than everyone else's because she's like shocked. So she like pushed her back in the
Amen.
world like ah!
God damn!
Oh!
Gasp rose from the crowd around her, and I was brought back to the school hallway. Even my friends beside me looked in surprise. One girl looked as if she was going to speak up, but Lizette held her hand up to stop her. There was an emotion in her face that I couldn't quite make out, but I could see a form of pity in her eyes.
No, don't you dare pity me. I looked away from her. I didn't want to see that emotion in her eyes when she was talking to me. She didn't have the right to look at me that way.
I'm sorry. I know your grandfather passing away must have really taken a toll on your emotions.
I can't
Which is
tell
why
if
you're
she's
being a bitch to
sincere
me.
or
Like,
not,
I know,
to
I have
be
no
honest.
idea.
I guess we'll find out.
She stepped towards me and put her hand on my shoulder, giving me a tiny smile as if for old time's sake.
Ew, bitch.
Gross. But for some reason, I didn't feel comforted at all. Not that I was just angry at her, but the expression on her face when she leaned in close to me contorted something complex. Something was different about her. I couldn't quite place my finger on it, but something about her had definitely changed.
Well, I'll be going for now. Track meet responsibilities and all of that stuff. See you later.
See you later. Something about Lisette made me feel uncomfortable. I wasn't just angry, but also uneasy. What was it? I had never seen her like that before.
But also uneasy.
I know. But I decided to pay no further attention to it. She continued running down the hallway with her gaggle of friends behind her. I refocused my attention to Mrs. Phillips, who was walking down the hall towards me.
Is everything all right, girls?
Oh,
No
look, she's
weird
back.
boob lady.
Lopsided boob lady's back. This is great.
Nothing we couldn't handle, Mrs. P. Just a bunch of snobs.
Oh, just a bunch of snobs.
Suzu, hush! It was nothing, Mrs. Phillips.
I see. Well, Miss Anderson, please accept my condolences for your loss.
Okay,
Thank you, Miss Phillips.
Your grandfather was a good man. He really upheld the philanthropy of his company's policies, and the money that went towards charity, too.
I know. He was amazing. I really looked up to him and want to be as good as he was.
Well, I know that you'll be as great as your grandfather. Hell yeah, she will. She'll be 10 times better than her grandfather.
Susan's like, you got a house and you're
Got good
cool.
friends.
Yeah. Would I really be better than my grandfather? Everyone seemed to have high expectations for me. I wanted to do my best to make my family proud, but to be better than my grandfather? I wasn't so sure about that. From outside the school window, I saw a familiar blue car pull up to the curb. Undoubtedly, it was my father in the driver's seat. Oh, my ride's here. Guess I'll see you both tomorrow.
Want us to come with you?
Oh no, it's okay. Haha, I'll be fine.
Why would
see
you not want your friends to come and like christen the house?
I don't know. Like, I'll just go alone. That's no fun.
Exactly.
We could go party.
I love how it's always on the same station.
Hey, Dad. I know.
Hey, Dad.
Hey.
Hey,
You.
honey.
Oh, ew. Don't talk to me that way.
Gross. As I got into the car, I noticed my father looking troubled, clutching at his steering wheel and staring straight ahead as if something was really bothering him. Bitch, it should be.
About what happened yesterday. I'm sorry for yelling at you. Does your cheek still hurt?
No, it's nothing to worry.
I mean it. I shouldn't have laid a finger on you. You know that you're my most precious daughter. You're all that I have.
See, he's still bitter that he didn't get anything in that will. It's like, you're all. Yet he couldn't bring himself to say what he could never say in front of me for such a long time. I always wanted to hear those words to affirm how he really felt, but I guess even now he couldn't say it to me. I turned my head away to look out the window. There was no point in waiting for something that was never going to come.
Can't even tell his daughter that he loves her.
Excuse for a man. And like that, he started to drive, and the conversation between us ended. I decided to focus my attention on the passing scenery. We were taking the usual route to Grandfather's house. It was located within the vicinity of the school district, but it was still pretty far from the school and where our house was. He had always lived alone. He insisted on doing things by himself, even at his age with such a large house. I wondered, did he pass away with no one at his side as well? It sounded so lonely and sad. It was strange that he decided on living all alone in his large estate. If anything, he could have lived with us. Though he and my father probably would have given each other the silent treatment the entire time, maybe living alone was preferable to that. I hadn't actually visited him for quite a while. Visits to his house were most frequent when I was a child. I had grown up long since then. The last time I visited, though, I thought he looked just as he usually was, happy and healthy. But things changed.
Murdered him.
Oh, no. Oh, the mystery of the large house, whatever. The back of my mind, I knew that we would have to leave one day. It wasn't like humans could live forever. So why did my heart feel so heavy? The car ride was spent in silence until he spoke up again.
How was school? Maintaining your grades, I hope.
Yeah, I've been trying my best as of so far.
Trying? That's not really doing the best you can, is it?
This is like my family. She's just like, fuck my life, I hate you.
So done. With my father, only some words I said were filtered through his ears. It was difficult to keep up a conversation without eventually talking about academics or my future, even if it was something loosely based on it. He always found a way to integrate it whenever we talked.
Anyway, your belongings are in the trunk. There isn't a lot, so I'm sure you can manage bringing them inside the house. After all, you are on the road to being independent
like,
now.
bring in her bags for her.
What a lame guy. Yes, I can manage on my own.
Fuck you.
The usual silence resumed between us. I wasn't really sure what to say around him, especially when most of the time we didn't share the same opinions. One question did linger in my mind, though. If he was going to justify acting so nonchalant at my grandfather's funeral, I had the right to at least know why. Ooh. Do we test him or do we leave him?
I don't even choose this one.
I think we're going in the house alone either way. Why don't we just try it? Say, Dad, about you and Grandpa.
We are not talking about this.
You're a bitch. I feel like we should be because Grandpa did leave us yesterday, so.
I wouldn't care if he had left even long before that. I do not want to hear it, and that is the end of this conversation.
So we've heard. As always, he managed to shut down any other form of conversation related to him. It was just like what happened last night. I opened my mouth slightly, but I closed it again. It was like talking to a brick wall. It wasn't like I could find anything out by somehow arguing my way through it. All right, then. I leaned against the car door and stared out the window. I really couldn't think. What would this place be like? I had been to my grandfather's house before, but it was one thing visiting and it was another thing actually living there. How would I manage living on my own without any training to really care for a house? I knew...
train for a house.
Do you just clean things and then do your thing? I knew that naturally the bills would be paid by my parents, who inherited grandfather's stocks to the corporation, but I had never lived independently before. Thinking about it made me feel like some kind of bird being pushed out of the nest. Though I was technically an adult, I felt unprepared and a bit daunted at the prospect of actually moving into a new place. Most people my age would be ecstatic moving out. After all, it would symbolize some kind of change in their lives, like being on the road to independence. But it felt like it was nothing of the sort. I hoped I wouldn't let my parents down. I wouldn't want to let my grandfather down. What would he be saying right now? I was hoping we'd have like a flashback. I gazed up at the passing clouds in the sky. If you're there, grandfather, how would you be doing? Would there be anything you'd want to tell me at this moment? And of course, no answer. What was I doing, searching for an answer in heaven that would or would not exist? I ducked my head to stare out the blur of the trees and cars from the car window. My head was definitely going into the clouds there at that moment. Either way, I found myself being driven off to my new home.
Ooh,
Cool.
Mansion status.
Mansion status. Car rolled to a stop. I drifted out of my thoughts.
Here we are. Go on in.
Thanks for
All right, tell Mom I love her.
All right.
He won't. All right. I love you, Dad.
bitch can't.
Self-voicing enabled. Pizza face, I love you, Dad.
What the fuck?
I hit V.
Pizza face, I love you, Dad.
I hit V to enable something by accident. I meant to hit the space bar, but I hit V, and it barely. Wait, we're gonna try it.
No, make sure to come by and visit us often. No, I am going to miss you lots. Nothing other than a blank stare. I paused a bit before reaching for the car door handle, waiting for any form of a goodbye, but he didn't speak again. I sighed and exited the car, hearing my dad pop open the trunk. I saw the 2 large bags I packed last night that were large enough to carry only the things I needed.
That's so funny.
Self-voicing disabled.
Thank God.
Pizza face, I love you, Dad.
Pizza face. Oh my God! All right.
He then drove off, leaving me alone in front of the mansion. I watched the blue car fade into the distance of the road before turning to see my new home. There it is. It's huge. My grandfather gave me this. It's hard to believe. The house was framed by a set of tall gates, and I hesitantly pushed them aside to take in the entire estate. The house still looked like it was when I last visited him. At a glance, it seemed kind of intimidating with its size. Though, if I came closer, it was clear that there was more to it than that. The brick walls were framed...
Oh well. That's all we got.
There's usually like a...
Shrubbery. Oh. Wait, what's skip mode? That kind of scares me.
I didn't mean to do that.
Well.
Am I on skip mode? I don't want to be on skip mode. Okay.
It's fine. Alright.
Well, might as well make myself at home. I will be staying here for quite a while anyways. That's what I said.
Things are happening. Whoa! When the Mac ruins your life.
How do you get out of that? Just click the thing.
Oh yeah.
Lying on the floor was a group of men. They were all unconscious, but there was no explanation to us why they were here in the first place. I dropped my bags as I let the door close on it.
She just opened the door and there's men laying on the floor.
That's what I want. Huh?
Same. Oh my god.
Who the heck are these guys? Why are they here? What's going on? Some of them had open wounds. Oh,
yeah, no,
never mind.
Don't want.
Took a
See,
turn
that's
for
where
the
I was
worst.
going with that, but
The blood was staining the floor, and the scent was intermingling with the air. Ew.
This is really gross.
I couldn't help but feel bad for them instinctively, but nevertheless, I was shocked and a bit angry by the sudden intrusion. They're like dying.
They're literally dying on your floor.
My mind suddenly went from caring and concern to confused and demanding answers. Who are you guys?
Well, they're
Unconscious!
unconscious. They're unconscious. Who are you? They're like, Hi, Dante. Come here. Come here. Oh, fine.
Like, nope.
Nah.
Still nothing. None of them seemed to be awake to answer or respond to me. It all seemed surreal. To have random strangers in the house I just moved into, but I wanted answers quickly. That was until... Ooh. Eep! Get away from me! Eep!
Woman, you're going to let me kiss you.
Okay.
Alright! I couldn't believe... This is so awesome.
Such a good game.
Wait, what the fuck? Slowly a desire
What?
burned from my chest, telling me to accept his kiss even when my mind vehemently refused.
Well,
He
look at
looks
him.
so serious, he's like, kiss me!
Let me kiss you.
She has like one eye. Go
ahead.
Good.
Good.
This is priceless. Okay.
Let me kiss you.
As he kissed me, I could feel my body go weak. I didn't know why, but that kiss was so draining me of my energy, and yet it was so good, it made my heart skip. Sing.
Sing. It's singing.
It was a strange and tingling feeling that danced over every nerve on my body. I could feel streams of intangible energy run up from my body into my lips. It felt odd, but at the same time, it felt amazing.
Sam, stop it.
Sam, stop
Sam.
killing her.
You're sucking the life out of her. Like
Person
mid-kiss.
kissing me.
Like.
Sam, what's his name? Glanced behind
I
me.
said stop. Now.
Oh.
Fine.
Oh. This is accurate. There's so one point.
Fine.
Finally, he pulled back and I was left standing there in a daze.
This game.
What?
Huh? Look at
I
your
couldn't
face.
tell what was going on. My mind was completely informed by the kiss and my thoughts that melted into the depths of my forgotten memories.
There's just some random guy who, like, you know, comes out and kisses me in front of all these dead bodies in my old grandfather's house. I mean,
I think honestly, this is a great place to stop the video. This is all you're gonna see, but
we'll make another one. So,
alright. We shall see you next time.
We'll see you next time
friends.
for this.
Exactly.
This is great. Alright.
We'll see who the heck just kissed us and why
What the heck?
he was draining our energy. Alright.
If he even was. Like, ooh. Bye, guys. Bye.